Hello folks and welcome back to the Vertigo Tea Party and let's play TERA. Today's going to be another short stint here. I just want to try to either A, play an hour, or B, get 38. I imagine I will get 38 today. Just pretty tired, I didn't get much sleep this weekend, so I just want to kind of knock it out. Move on. So let's go ahead and grab these quests.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Honestly, things could be better. The reports from the Eldritch Academy chill my blood. Still, I'd say we're in good shape.
Enjoying your free time, soldier?
Pora Elinu is still occupied with the princess's childish games, but the Eldritch Academy is becoming a nightmare. There have been some sort of incident there. Details are sketchy. This could all turn out to be an elaborate prank, so I need someone to investigate. Gather your resourceful. Ask Delu for directions to the Academy. The Vaporis need gear, but Valika has been slow to useless about sending any here. Guess we'll have to take matters into our own hands. Chop down some ironwood galedias and collect their bark. Their stuff makes decent
You need
shields.
my help?
Princess Aderins ordered more herbs to create healing draughts for the soldiers, but with all the bears around the lake, I'd be killed. If you could kill off some bristleback bears, I could safely complete my work. Would you help me? I thought it's for soldiers like you, after all. These rotten little flea bags. My family's been moving berry wine for centuries, but these Vapori exiles stole our current stock. If we don't get them back, we'll be ruined. We can't pay our taxes or buy those funny little mushrooms. Can you help us?
You new around here?
Originally, Karas guarded the Lake of Tears, but he vanished long ago. Now, all manner of creatures hunt around the lake. Worst of the lot are the Moonlight Stalkers. They've killed dozens of Vaporis in the past few months. If we could hunt them down, we could breathe more easily.
For the Federation. Walk a safe path.
Alright, let's, I think we got some charms here. An attack one, and a supplementary. What's this one? That's the attack. Sword of gear. I already have a robe and a staff for when I do hit 38. 38 being significant, because once I hit 38, I'll be able to put on the new gear and use those level 35 runes. What? Eldritch Academy? I wouldn't if I were you, not unless you want to be turned into a rat or some such. If you insist, follow the west road out of the camp. Keep walking until you find Hamni. If she's in a good mood, maybe she'll let you in. But don't complain to me if you get shoved through a demon portal. Oh, I won't. I'll come back for your ass. Not like that. Alright. Let's do these first. Yeah, I don't imagine it would be too difficult to finish up this level. I apologize, feels like I haven't updated it forever. I apologize about that. I've been really wanting to play, but either ended up playing... I don't think I've really played anything else. I think I've just been doing other things. The little woman was over this weekend, so obviously couldn't play them. Didn't even notice I was locked down. Is that icon useful for you guys at all? Do you pay any attention to that? It's not really that useful. Hey, by now, you probably know what spells I'm using. Of course, I haven't been in PvP fights since I put it on, so I don't know if it actually works or not. For PvP, that is. These guys are definitely starting to take a little longer to kill. Gonna have to be more proactive and dodging instead of just tanking the whole thing, taking all the damage. Tomorrow, I plan on go ahead and trying to get some instance runs in. Because I definitely need more dungeon experience with this character. And that's always more fun to watch than just boring questing. I really want to get this guy to 60. Of course, the flip side of that is, I think I bought an extra copy of TERA. It was $8 on at BestBuy.com. Oh, lag. It's $8 at BestBuy.com. And if you follow me on Twitter or Google+, you would know that because I posted it. But anyway, so I went ahead and actually bought it for my friend Donnie. So when it gets here, I'm going to give him the key. And if that's the case, I'll probably end up playing my priest with his lancer a good bit. I'm not going to LP that. I will be streaming it though. So if you guys follow me on twitch.tv/VertigoTeaParty. Information is in the info section of my YouTube channel, but again, it's twitch.tv/VertigoTeaParty. If you follow me there, it emails you whenever I start streaming. So if you're interested, you might want to do that. I did listen to at least some of my LP since I started using Sony Vegas, which is one whole video, the one that was 45 minutes, and there's definitely a significant increase in quality, in my opinion. Hope you guys like that, because quite frankly, it's kind of a pain to use it. But that will be easier as I learn the software in the future. I'm doing a very good job of paying attention to what's around me, so I don't get ganked. But yeah, I hope you guys noticed a improvement in the quality. Definitely better than it was about 15 videos ago. That was terrible. I really should have paid attention to that. So. The only thing I didn't like was the game sounded kind of low. But after all the previous problems I've been having, I'm very gun shy to pump up the volume, as it were. Another thing for you guys who might be interested in the game is that I'm just going to move away from them so they can do their quest thing. Another thing that you guys might be interested in if you're looking at the game would be if you know I have a friend that wants to play or somebody that you think could talk into it. There doesn't seem to be any kind of split in XP, at least as far as I could tell. And what I mean by that is most MMOs, and I'm just going to use a very basic example here. In most MMOs, if you're grouped with someone and you kill a mob, let's say that mob is worth 100 XP if you killed it by yourself. Normally, in most MMOs I've played, if you're grouped with one person, that XP gets split by 50%, or roughly 50%. So you get 50%, and your buddy gets 50%, or in this case, 50 XP. And then I have seen modifications like WoW does a modification where it splits it in however many people are in the group, but then you get a group bonus on top of that. So instead of getting 50, you might get 60 XP each. But the point is, you get less XP. And over time, that can actually backfire, because you level slower due to the XP split, and it turns out you start running into areas where mobs are higher level than you or you and the other person you're dueling with. But as far as I can tell, it's not splitting XP at all. So same scenario, two people in a party kill an enemy that's worth 100 XP, both players get 100 XP. Now I haven't done the math. It actually would not be hard to do. I could just kill something out of a group and then join the group again and kill it. But we've gotten to level 20, and we actually still out-level the mobs by about 2 to 3 levels. And we haven't done anything extra, like, well, there isn't any dungeons to run. But we've, did standard leveling. So from what I can tell, if there is an XP split, it's not very much. Which is how it should be done, frankly. I also tried to get the clicking out of my keyboard on the sound. I know I jump all over the place. Sorry about that. My brain is always going in 100 different directions. But speaking of the game about the sound, I did try to get the clicking of the keyboard out. Every time I tried it, though, it actually distorted other audio. And I would rather have the clicking than have distorted commentary audio. But I'll have to mess with that a little bit. But yeah, anyway, it's also nice if there's a quest item on the ground. Not a drop, but let's say you have to, I don't know, pick these special flowers for a root quest. Just like with harvesting, you both can actually grab it at the same time if you time it correctly, which is not hard to do. So, again, questing pretty quick. It's definitely worth it to at least duo. You level very, very, very quickly. We went from, I want to say about level 14 to 20 in less than 4 or 5 hours, which is pretty damn nice. Granted, we didn't read any of the quest text. I'd already seen it before. He doesn't really care about it, but still very, very quick. So I'm hoping we actually level at a nice pace. The other problem with recording the audio separately is that with fraps, if I'm just doing fraps and I have recording turned off because I'm doing something boring or I'm making a long run, if something happens, like I run into PvP, I just hit F9, start recording, start commentating as it happens. With the way I have it set now, wow, rejuvenate. Oh, it's not mine. With the way it is now, if I run into something, I have to turn fraps on and then Alt-Tab out to turn on Audacity to record. So that's kind of a pain. I'm going to have to find a better way to do that. You can hotkey the Audacity to start recording, but it has to have focus. So not that useful. I'll look into that. I'm sure you guys are totally interested in all these technical details. So yeah, definitely give this game a try. I hate it if you were interested and you missed the $8 thing. I'll see you. I don't know why she went outlaw for like a second and then unoutlawed. Oh wow, it didn't let me the hell? Is there a reason you're trying to pull the pet back? Did he die, or did she attack me on accident, or I don't even know where he went. I think he might have just happened to despawn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if she goes hostile again, I'm going to try to kill her. But of course, her little guildmates are going to help. So that might be tricky. I can sleep them for a little bit, but I can't kill somebody in the time that it takes for sleep to wear out. Once I get to, speaking of duoing with Donnie, that'll be what the section will be called. If I do that, I will, maybe once we get higher levels, or maybe once we start running instances, I might start recording that. But I don't really see the need to record leveling up again. The process is pretty samey. It's not like Star Wars Old Republic, where you've got interesting new quests and all that. It's pretty much what you've already done. I also made a warrior for fun. Got him to level 14, and I turned outlaw on pretty quick. Just to, you know, that's basically going to be my outlaw character. So I'm going to try to keep him decently geared, runed up correctly and all that. It's pretty fun. I got 2 kills in of people my level, and I got killed by a level 60 because I saw her running around and I started attacking her. And then I was like, I'm not doing much damage. And why is she just standing there? Oh, it's a level 60. So she stared at me for a little bit and then threw dots on me and killed me. But one thing I noticed is I did not get infamy for killing the 2 other players. I thought you got infamy if you killed other players, period. Or at least if you instigated. So apparently not. I guess infamy is only if you kill players significantly lower than yourself. Which makes sense. But I was just under the impression that killing players, period, if you were outlawed, gave you infamy. And again, I'm trying to avoid damage, especially now that we know that person's hanging out over there. And I do not have any plans to do any recording with the Warrior, probably. I don't know, that one would be a good web series. Not web series, but I guess stream series would be the correct term. I really like this game, but it's just not that interesting to level up in. That's what makes dueling so awesome, is that you level up so quickly. It was insane how fast we were leveling. It felt like we had some kind of WoW-esque, hey, you invited a friend, here's 4 times XP. Yeah, I figured I was going to hit that guy. Really? Man, 2 is so buggy. I don't know why this game does not like num2 as a command. I'm pretty damn sure it's not the mouse. Could be wrong. Pretty sure it's not. Like, it works sometimes. Other times it doesn't. Like, I'm pressing 2 to use my curse, and it just will not kick off. But yeah, very much enjoying the Warrior so far. It's my first melee class, so I'm actually starting to really get to experience the combat firsthand. Why am I... What the heck's going on? Well, first of all, that needs to be on. Why can't I use any of my... No, that works. Oh, I was using the wrong button. That's throwing me off too. My priest, and I need to fix this. My priest has my keys set differently. Like, I think my mount is 5 on the priest. I really need to unify those keys so I'm not switching when I go back and forth. Abilities they share, like, you know, heal and or direct heals, mount, things like that, should be the same across all characters. I don't know if you can save a template. Like a lot of other MMOs, you can save your hotkeys, save it as a template, and then I'm watching you. You can ooh, hey. You bastard. I was just picking up this jerkin that nobody wanted. Why do you gotta be a jerk about it? Huh? Alright. But yeah, I'm actually not streaming this, because I knew I was only going to be on like an hour. I don't really like to bother with streaming if I know I'm only going to be a short time. Be on a short time, so. Man, stamina seems to be going down fast.
Always good to see a new face.
Living off the land. Oh, I bet you can put that to good use. Alright, so... collect wine bottles from the P86 exiles. Let's do that next. But yeah, if you have a friend who's interested, there's really no reason not to group up and knock the quests out. You are encouraged to group. It's insane, I know. It's a very new idea in MMOs. I'm looking for it to shake up the industry. I will say seriously though, and I might have mentioned this before, but I think for the future, we're going to really start seeing more popular Asian MMOs, because Western MMOs now are basically, okay, let's just copy WoW. WoW does this, so let's just do what they're doing, and let's make safe money. Which, ironically, is not safe at all, because people play it and they go, I've played this before. And then they unsubscribe, and then the game's producers are going, oh my god, why have we just lost 400,000 subs in a quarter? Not that I'm thinking of anyone in particular, of course. Go ahead and get mana back. Been using Titans too much. But, might as well get these guys while we still have the last Titan buff. Nice whiff. And the reason I say that, well, one, like I say, the Western MMOs, Western companies are just too much, let's copy and paste WoW. Even Skyrim Online, or I keep calling Skyrim Online. Elder Scrolls Online, I think, is going to copy a lot of what WoW is doing. And just basically rinse, repeat, except you'll be in the Elder Scrolls world. But if you look at Asian MMOs, like this, there's another one called Blade and Soul coming out. I think the Asian game producers are realizing that they want the American market because they can make good money off of it. But we won't tolerate the tedium that they consider fun gameplay in Asia. So I think we're going to see, and Asian manufacturers, frankly, tend to be more creative. They seem to be more willing to take risks, at least more so than their American counterparts. Their graphical designers are leagues above the American counterparts as well. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the Asian market. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When I first heard about TERA, I was like, oh, what's TERA? Oh, it's an MMO made by, I think it's Korean. I can't believe I forgot. But yeah, it's a Korean MMO, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Stop right there. Thanks. Not interested. But right before it went live, I thought, well, I'll try the beta, because I think I signed up for the beta. Just happened to get in early. And I actually tried it, and I was like, holy shit, this game is actually really fun. And it's not a grind. So here we are. What the hell? Where are you guys coming from? The little freaks? Skull thumpers. Kobolds. Those are kobolds? Yeah. But yeah, all that combined, you know, again, the willing to try different kinds of gameplay, in particular combat, because that's what you end up doing most of the time. So willing to try something new and interesting in combat is a huge plus. I'm going to go turn this in the city, by the way. The graphic artists, the graphicality, let's use that word, I like that word. The graphicality of their games is, I can say categorically, not even an opinion, better than American MMOs. I'm sorry, they're just better, period. In the Western markets, unwillingness to try something different, I think those things are going to hurt the market a bit. Well, nothing's ever perfect, but I'm pleased with what you found. Excellent work, Malachi. Carry on. Keep calm, man. Carry on. Carry on, bird. So, this is not to say, I'm not saying WoW's doomed, WoW's going to be cancelled. WoW's going to be going another minimum 5 years. Guaranteed. I guarantee, well, I won't guarantee, but I pretty much guarantee WoW will continue for at least 5 more years. Because, I mean, look at EverQuest, look at Ultima Online, look at, God, all these other MMOs that you've forgotten even existed, but people still play the hell out of it. It might not be pulling down 500,000 subs, but it's pulling enough to keep the power on. And in many cases, that's worth it just to keep it going. That's it. That's our wine. You saved it. I'm amazed those mangy wretches didn't drink it already. Thank you very much. Alright, let's go ahead and use a room. Another one. Nope, that's another attack. Okay. The egg event is over, by the way, for those of you interested. Anya. Right. This is this way. So says the map. I know it's not true for every MMO. Guild Wars 2 is obviously going to be a lot different than WoW and Rift and Star Wars and all these others. But for the most part, they are very much in follow the leader mode. Which, you know, you can't out Blizzard. You can't out WoW. It's just not going to happen. And people just, these other companies just don't realize that, and that's unfortunate. I also don't imagine, you know, in the next 2 to 3 years we're going to see, you know, everybody's playing Asian MMOs. I think it's going to take a while. I think one of two things is going to happen. I think either Asian MMOs will start to slowly take off if the Asian producers continue to realize that A, we will not tolerate a heavy grind, and B, they must actually spend time on translating things. They can't half-ass translation. They can't treat North America and English-speaking countries, period, Europe, well, most of Europe, not all of Europe, obviously, but they cannot treat them like some off-market, like, say, WoW does with Australia. They have to pay attention to the pay attention to the fan base, pay attention to feedback, and adjust accordingly. If they don't, then, because that's also been a problem in the past with developers saying, well, you know, we are Asian MMO, and they get all this feedback from Americans, and they're like, yeah, we don't care, we're going to keep doing it our way. And again, that's not healthy if you want that American market. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, even Secret World is a little different than, you know, just another WoW clone. The story, you know, the story's interesting, the atmosphere is nice. A lot of quests aren't just go here, kill this, come back, deliver this for me. You actually have to think about how to solve it, which I really like that idea. A prank? Is she insane? This is no hoax. The mistress has gone mad. They're charming students left and right, slaying any who oppose them. I've even heard rumors about demons. We must save the academy and as many lives as possible. Go up these stairs and meet with Willow. Do what you can to help her. She's got a regular quest. The apprentice witches are the least dangerous, but the most numerous. If this is a contagion, we have to stop it. They congregate in the Grand Hall. Kill them and find Duani when you're done. Oh, what did I say? Kill the students. Is what I said. Yes, damn you! We'll hire an army of mystics to resurrect them when this is over. Those clever apprentices will have angry Mr. Perfects and frisky Mr. Perfects protecting them, so watch out. Collect any notes the letters the apprentices have. They may be clues. Be careful when you tell Duani. She'll take their deaths hard. Oh, that's not all she's taking hard. Alright. Not necessary. Alright, let's get the pet back out. See, died somewhere along the way, because I don't think that was 10 minutes.